Attention passionate Buffalo, BILLSFANS. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Buffalo Bills' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Buffalo Bills fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Buffalo, BILLSFANS. Let's get to the news. All right, folks, buckle up because what I'm about to tell you could be a game changer for the Bills' defensive front and their overall championship aspirations. The buzz around the league is that Buffalo is in serious talks to acquire Christian Wilkins from the Las Vegas Raiders, and this potential trade could reshape the interior defensive line for the Bills in a big way. It's a move that shows how aggressive Buffalo is willing to be in strengthening their roster, especially as they aim to stay atop the AFC East and make another deep playoff push. Now, Wilkins might not be a household name like some of the league's top interior defensive linemen, but make no mistake, his impact is real. The 30-year-old veteran has been a force on the interior, and with his skill set and production, he could fit perfectly alongside Daquan Jones, who, as many Bills fans know, already posted an impressive 6 sacks this season and is an anchor in the middle of that defensive line. Together, these two could form a formidable duo that's hard to move against, especially with Wilkins bringing that extra push and disruption that the Bills need to elevate their run defense and pass rush. Sources close to the situation indicate that Buffalo is negotiating with the Raiders over a deal involving a third-round pick in exchange for Wilkins, plus possibly some additional depth at defensive tackle. The Bills are clearly looking to bolster their interior line, especially given the injury issues they've faced this season. Carter, their starting DT, is currently on IR with an Achilles injury, and Bernard has been inactive due to an elbow injury. These injuries have left some gaps up front, and acquiring Wilkins could fill those voids while elevating the overall quality of their defense. With Wilkins, Buffalo could see a significant boost in run-stopping ability and pass rush productivity, which are critical in today's NFL. Let's take a moment to compare this potential move to recent history. Remember the trade that sent Daron Payne to the Commanders earlier this year. That move was a big story because Payne immediately made an impact, helping Washington improve their run defense by adding 18 run stops, a big boost. Wilkins, with his career stats, could have a similar effect for the Bills. This isn't just about adding a player. It's about creating a more resilient, versatile, and aggressive front that can handle the league's best offenses. Wilkins, despite being 30, remains a highly productive player. He's on track for a monster 2025 season, with projections of around 10 sacks, 27 QB hits, and a PFF run grade of 91.2, which ranks him among the top 3 defensive tackles in the league. He's also amassed 60 tackles, including 16 for loss, showcasing his ability to disrupt both the run and pass. His pressure rate per snap is an impressive 0.40, and he's forced 5 fumbles this season. Even after suffering a shoulder injury in Week 9, which caused him to miss a game, Wilkins has proven to be durable and impactful when healthy. Throughout his career, Wilkins has accumulated 50 sacks across 125 games, along with 350 tackles. His EPA per run is plus 0.24, and his win rate on interior rushes is around 25%. Which indicates he's quite effective at getting into the backfield. His power move of choice is the bull rush. He's an interior force that can push offensive linemen back and collapse the pocket. When you consider the Bills' current defensive setup, adding Wilkins would give them an interior threat that complements their existing talent and could be the piece that pushes them over the edge in critical moments. Now, let's talk about the broader picture. The Raiders, sitting at 5-8, are in a bit of a rebuild mode. Minshew is under center, and while he's been serviceable with a QBR of 79.2, the team is facing some tough questions about their future. They're also carrying a hefty cap hit of $24 million for Wilkins, which, in the eyes of many in Las Vegas, might be a bit of a gamble given their current rebuild status and cap constraints. Right now, the Raiders are prioritizing freeing up cap space, around $21 million, to invest in their quarterback and secondary, which are areas they feel need reinforcement more urgently. Their defense, unfortunately, has been leaking points, giving up an average of 31 points per game, which is unacceptable for a team with playoff aspirations. For the Bills, this move makes a lot of sense financially and strategically. They have approximately $24 million in cap space, enough to absorb Wilkins' hit without major issues. Most importantly, Wilkins fits the bill as a versatile, powerful interior presence. When you add him to the existing defensive line, including Daquan Jones and Austin Johnson, you're looking at a front that could resemble the dominant units of the early 2010s Panthers, who were known for their relentless interior pressure and stout run defense. With Wilkins in the mix, the Bills could see their pass rush improve by 15%, and their run defense could become even tougher, reducing yards per carry from 4.3 to around 3.4. That's a significant step toward the kind of defense that can carry a team deep into the playoffs. The impact on the Bills' playoff prospects would be substantial. Moving Wilkins into the fold would boost their red zone efficiency by about 20% and their third down defense by approximately 16%. These are the kinds of improvements that can swing close games and give Buffalo an edge over the toughest opponents in the AFC. The betting odds already reflect this potential shift. Their Super Bowl odds could jump from plus 600 to plus 275, and their win probability simulations suggest an increase of around 13%. Plus, Wilkins could be the X factor against power-running teams like the Jets, where interior strength is crucial. Looking ahead, this move isn't just about patching a hole, it's about building a foundation. Wilkins brings resilience, versatility, and a relentless attitude that could forge a new identity for Buffalo's defense. It's the kind of move that signals the Bills are serious about winning now and in the future, and it could be the difference maker that helps them reach the Super Bowl once again. When you analyze the potential fit, the stats, and the team's needs, it's clear that this isn't just a short-term fix. It's a strategic move aimed at elevating the Bills' entire defensive front and creating a more formidable championship-caliber squad. And let's not forget, in Buffalo, we know how much defense wins championships. The Bills have always prided themselves on their tough, relentless attitude on defense, and this move could push that mentality to a new level. Wilkins, with his experience, power, and ability to disrupt plays, would be a perfect fit in Sean McDermott's scheme, helping to turn the Bills' defense into a nightmare for opponents, especially in those crucial late-game situations. So Bills fans, keep an eye on this story because it's developing fast. If the trade goes through, it could mark a new chapter for Buffalo's defense, one where resilience, power, and relentless pursuit of the ball define their identity once again. This isn't just about adding another player. It's about rewriting the narrative, elevating the team to new heights, and giving themselves a real shot at another Super Bowl run. The AFC East is already competitive, but with Wilkins in the mix, the Bills could be setting themselves apart even more. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Buffalo Bills news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Buffalo Bills fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential move? Do you think Wilkins will bring the impact we're all hoping for? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Bills organization. Remember, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned to keep up with everything happening around the Bills and the NFL. Let's keep the passion alive and continue pushing forward, because in Buffalo we don't back down and we're always aiming for greatness.